like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Washington Redskins. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Washington Redskins. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
Here's the kicker, Aldrick Rosas, ready to get us going. And we are underway from FedEx Field. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They are led out by the 15th overall selection in 2019, former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at their 49-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. And it's caught off the deflection. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That right there, career catch number 541, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, who also obviously played the tight end position.
Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches at the tight end position. You talk about lofty territory, rare air. He has a lot to be proud of in his career.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Haskins. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
That's what I'm talking about.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Haskins, and his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and that'll make it third down. A look at the defensive starters for Tennessee.
Kenny Vaccaro is an excellent player. Can cover in the slot, but his best attributes, tackling people and rushing the quarterback.
Now it's Haskins, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
On first down, Huntley. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
Ready, break. 50 seconds to Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Operating from the gun. Parrish. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Looking to throw. Parrish. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Yoder. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Back to throw. Parrish.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now he's forced out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, doesn't it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
2nd and 10 at the 1-yard line.
A give to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt.
Well, he's trying to plow ahead, but I don't think he got there. He did it. That's a safety.
And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Off play action. Parrish. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the 1st round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. From the gun, Parrish. The open man is Smith. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 40. Throwing on 1st down, Parrish.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Redskins scoop it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's the Redskins in possession of the football. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. And he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Titans will get the football at their 20. They'll run on 1st down. Huntley. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
6-6, pull it high.
To throw on 3rd down. Parrish. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Throw left side complete. It's Yoder. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. This quarterback now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. Looking to throw. Parrish. He finds Taylor, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Yo, faster! Go.
On 1st and 10, Parrish. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Matthew Ioannidis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
General West. Ready?
On 3rd down, Parrish. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd down now, Huntley. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
56.
To throw on 3rd down. Parrish throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a Tennessee score. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
And
This is Shepard on the catch. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Third down, here's Haskins. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
You see me? You see me?
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Taking it about the 16. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return, and it'll be Titan football. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. On first down, Huntley. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
Hey, let's go.
And quickly, they get to the line.
218, top.
To throw on second down, Parrish. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays? Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. How about the rookie in his NFL debut? Looking sharp. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, we got four. Got four down. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Parrish. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Montez Sweat just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw. Parrish, flush to his right, and give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Looking to throw. Parrish looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Yoder. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
And logo. Watch the screen.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jonnu Smith as the first half is winding down. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Rosas now to add the PAT. And that will make this a 16-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Adoree Jackson right there, step for step in coverage. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Haskins now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll keep it on the ground. Huntley. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. From the gun, Parrish. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. Back to throw. Parrish. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Montez Sweat. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. 22 yards as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Haskins will throw. And this is going to be caught. So they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 3rd down, Huntley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Completes it to Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. On first down, Parrish. And he whips that one incomplete there. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Parrish. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Antonio Callaway, 49 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Rosas to add the extra point.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set him back 5. Rosas now to add the PAT. And now it's blocked. And the Redskins have it. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30. 10, 5, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. So after the blocked PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Shut, cut.
They'll go to Barkley again. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So now facing a 3rd and 16 following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction. Here's Haskins, and he finds the tight end, Reed. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted, because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it, and gets it, I got to give it to him on that.
Yeah, only thing you can justify it with is it was only a few inches that they needed. If it's 4th and 2, probably doesn't do it. Hey, he got it. Give him credit.
Yeah, but if they don't pick it up,
then you're in trouble.
Yeah, they're giving points to the other team at that stage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Hey, let's go. Get
and on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 27-yard line. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And down inside the 15 he goes. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. It's 60 Pittsburgh. Check back.
2nd and 4. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 5. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Haskins on first down. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. That's going to be caught by Richardson. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Again, it's Haskins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jayon Brown picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now Haskins gets this out to Saquon Barkley. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catching.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And that might be Titan football. It is. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. 2nd and 3. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor. And it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he won't get to the marker as they're going to stop him for a 2nd straight play right at the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Washington. Saquon Barkley, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are back within a single score. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
A big play that time for the Titans. 41 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Parrish. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw. Parrish. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. Oh, no, he lost the football. Into the Redskins have it, they do.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all. And that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled, and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans, and down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. They'll keep it on the ground. Huntley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Looking to throw. Parrish. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 40, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So now the Titans down by 1. And time, a huge factor. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Sliding out of the pocket. Going right side here, and that's complete. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. That one was hard to fathom. They were in the dime. They had 6 DBs back there. They still lost it.
Great word, because I'm right there with you. I don't understand how they couldn't pick him up. But don't be surprised next week early, there's some extra people in the locker room. Maybe a tryout or two for those guys who missed him.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Huntley. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Titans moving quickly here. They're in the hurry up. On 3rd down, Huntley. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll run on 1st down. Logan. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Back to throw. Eluding, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Oh, no, lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 8. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Out come the Titans now. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice. Every week of the season, you go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. The Redskins, they can smell victory now. They take a knee. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Washington, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.